Got a little help from David Campbell.
Well, I don't know. Maybe Mike Coates does incline 705 pounds, because right here you're going to see him get a real quick read. Look at that hole. He's up there right now. He doesn't give the guard or tackle a chance to blindside him. He comes up and makes the hit.
Dexter Wesley, 75, trying to hit him, missed him.
Boy, that brings back shades of Selman and Bosworth and things like that.
Great Oklahoma linebackers of the past. Well, Mike Coates is right up there with them. Now Rodney Thomas and Leland McElroy are together in the A&M backfield, and Pullig wants timeout on 3rd and 10. 4 minutes and 2 seconds remaining. A&M with 1 timeout remaining here in the first half, trailing Oklahoma 10-0. Pay-per-view by calling your local cable operator as well. That's next Saturday's lineup here on ABC Sports.
You know, I noticed, Steve, that defensively now, coordinator Tom Hayes, he moved Coates and Freeman around. They were both on opposite sides. They got them switched now, and I think it balances out their play as far as linebackers from a weight perspective.
They also run fairly well. There's 3rd down and 10 for A&M. Pullig going away from the pressure. Complete. Back on the inside to Kevin Byrne, freshman redshirt wide receiver out of the Woodlands, Texas, north of Houston. And it's very close to the first down. He needed to get across the 30. Larry Bush, the free safety, made the stop on Byrne, but he has just enough for a first down for A&M, and man, did they need it.
You notice that time now. Pullig, he rolled out to his right side, getting him a little more mobility back there, letting him see more things perhaps, because those guys are coming up front and they're getting to him.
Clock running with 3:40 remaining in the half. Pullig now has completed 5 of 12 for 34 yards, but he has thrown 2 interceptions. 1st and 10. Play action. And whistles blowing and stopping play. And now tempers flare as Oklahoma's defense banged in, including David Campbell, who weighs 280 pounds, into Pullig. And, of course, some of Pullig's teammates took exception. There's Big David.
I think so.
They took too much time, so they're going to move it back 5 yards to the 25, where it'll be 1st and 15. I tell you what, when you get 75,000 screaming fans and the referees are trying to blow the whistle and stop play, not everybody, especially with helmets on, is going to hear it.
I don't think a lot of guys want to hear it, if you know what I mean right now.
No.
For Oklahoma.
I'll tell you what, they are coming. Another play action. Pullig flipping it out and throwing it behind the intended receiver, who was Cliff Gross, the fullback. And John Anderson almost came up with the interception. It'll be 2nd down and 15 as Gross goes out.
Well, Pullig didn't see it, but Shorp came across the field wide open in a 3 deep. Apparently one of the linebackers didn't get into his hook zone, and all he had to do was see him.
Now Detron Smith replaces Gross at fullback, and Leland McElroy, number 34, in at tailback. Twin wide receivers to the left on 2nd down and 15. Pullig with a little screen underneath, and he completes it to Tony Harrison. And Harrison up across the 35, well short of the first down. Larry Bush, number 31, on the tackle.
Harrison, a guy they don't throw to too much, you know, because there's so much of a run team right now. But when they do decide to throw it, they're going to throw to him, and they're going to go to Short.
It is 3rd down and 5. Just about 2.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Oklahoma leading Texas A&M 10-0. Good protection, batted down and almost picked off. Mario Freeman starting and having a fine game.
The reference I made earlier to Freeman, he's a little light, about 214 in there, even though he doesn't look it in that picture. But I tell you what, he's got great athletic skills, great jumping ability. Look at this. Right now, he just turns and gets his vision on the quarterback, jumps up, and bats the ball down. That's called playing football right there. Just being a football player.
Or as we like to say in the South, football. Football. Drop that tee. James Bennett to punt into the wind. Darius Johnson drops it. Oklahoma recovers at the 11.
Just one day.
Spade going long, overthrows everybody. And the closest guy to the ball was free safety Junior White of A&M.
It's a good job of playing cover 2 defense right there. Gundy really had nothing. I think if you're just going to throw it, do it like that. Throw it and get it out of here. Don't let anybody get the football.
Well, what a punt by Bennett into the teeth of that wind. He hit it 51 yards. And Oklahoma, Darius Johnson dropping it, with the Sooners falling on it. So it's 2nd and 10. OU at their own 11. Just over 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Oklahoma has 2 timeouts remaining. Collier on the draw. Collier with a first down out to about the 28. Stopped by Reggie Brown. Let's get a report again from Dean Blevins.
Guys, the Aggies defensively have 3 good players with injuries. Linebacker Steve Solari just told me that he took a shot in the head. He plans to play in the second half. Cornerback Ray Mickens has a concussion. He took his helmet off. He told me he's unsure if he will play. And Eric England, the great defensive lineman, has a racing heartbeat. They are monitoring that carefully. Oklahoma, no injuries at this point.
Thanks a lot, Dean. That is big trouble for A&M with those guys if they remain out. There are a lot of racing heartbeats out there. Collier banging ahead. He gained 17 on the previous run. Here he picks up 7 or 8 out across the 35. Clock running with 1.5 minutes remaining in the first half.
Okay, this right now, I would say the Sooners are going to keep this ball on the ground, eat up as much of the clock as possible. If worst, at worst, get a field goal and use up all 1:20 in running right now.
Collier, the setback behind Gundy. 2nd down, about 3. Option. Gundy cuts it up. First down. Out to the 47. Mike Hendricks, the strong safety, makes the stop for A&M.
If you notice, Steve, in the backfield, they're taking one of the backs and they're bringing him around like a fake belly play, and then he stops and goes in a misdirection toward the other side. I think what they want to do is try to get Solari or Atkinson, one of those linebackers, to just move 2 steps in the opposite direction right here. See right there, Allen's on his way back. Now he stops, goes the other way. If they can get one of the inside linebackers out of position 2 steps, that's just enough to get some seams inside.
Well, it worked that time. Gundy to throw. Incomplete over the middle, intended for Corey Warren. He was defended by Andre Williams, number 26, and it stops the clock with 49 seconds remaining in the half.
Now, Bob Davie, the defensive coordinator for A&M, he's got to know that he's got a rookie corner in there right now. Andre Williams, he's a freshman, 5'9", 171. I'm not saying he's not an excellent football player, but anytime you get a rookie in there, you can bet that ball's going to be going toward his direction sooner or later in this football game.
They always seem to know where the youth is.
Oh, yeah. Now, Davey might want to put A&M now in a little different look as far as their coverages, maybe a little bit more zone.
High formation with Collier and Allen on the pitch, and the reverse to Albert Hall. Albert Hall looking to throw a pass. Incomplete. It was intended for Juwan Penny, but Albert Hall had pressure and almost fell down. Aaron Glenn had the coverage on Juwan Penny, and he almost came up with the ball. This play has everything.
Well, here we go. Once again, I know people are tired of hearing us say it, but Watson Brown, the reverse. He stops, he trips right there, and then still gets the ball off. Amazing. Juwan Penny was underthrown. Aaron Glenn, the corner right there on him.
It's going to bring up a 3rd and 10. 42 seconds remaining in the half, and the ball still at the Oklahoma 47. Sooners leading 10-0. Play action to Allen. Gundy has to run. First down, out of bounds at about the 40 or 36 rather of A&M. Reggie Graham finally dragged him out of bounds. A 17-yard run. And a reminder that coming up at halftime, Prudential's halftime report with John Saunders, who will have scores, highlights, and all kinds of good stuff on everything that's happening in college football this afternoon. Also